What if Claude Code could run while you sleep? Not on your laptop, on Anthropic's cloud infrastructure, reacting to GitHub events, triggering from your deploy pipeline, running on a schedule you set once. This is Routines, Claude Code's new Autopilot feature. It's in research preview right now, and today I'm going to show you exactly how it works, every trigger type, the best use cases, and how to set one up in 2 minutes. So, what exactly is a routine? It's a saved Claude Code configuration save. Three things packaged together. First, a prompt. This is what Claude does on every run. Second, one or more GitHub repositories that Claude clones and works on. Third, a set of MCP connectors giving Claude access to external services like Slack, Linear, or Google Drive. You create it once. Then you attach triggers that tell it when to run. The routine executes on Anthropic's managed cloud as a full Claude Code session. It can run shell commands, use skills committed to the repo, and call any connector you include. Your laptop can be closed. Available on Pro, Max, Team, and Enterprise plans. The first trigger type is scheduled. Pick a preset, hourly, daily, weekdays, or weekly. Times are in your local time zone converted automatically. For custom intervals like every 2 hours or the first of each month, use the CLI command /schedule update to set a specific cron expression. The minimum interval is 1 hour. Here's how this works in practice. Backlog maintenance. The routine runs every weeknight. It reads issues opened since the last run via a connector, applies labels, assigns owners based on the area of code referenced, and posts a summary to Slack so the team starts the day with a groomed queue. Or Docs Drift runs weekly, scans merged PRs, flags documentation that references changed APIs, and opens update PRs against the docs repo for an editor to review. Set it once, it works forever. The second trigger type is API. Each routine gets a dedicated HTTP endpoint. You post to it with a bearer token and an optional text field for context. The response gives you a session ID and URL you can open to watch the run in real time. Use case 1, alert triage. Your monitoring tool calls the endpoint when an error threshold is crossed, passing the alert body as text. Claude pulls the stack trace, correlates it with recent commits, and opens a draft PR with a proposed fix linked back to the alert. On call reviews the PR instead of starting from a blank terminal. Use case 2, deploy verification. Your CD pipeline calls the endpoint after each production deploy. Claude runs smoke checks, scans error logs for regressions, and posts go or no go to the release channel before the deploy window closes. You wire it up once with a curl command, and your deploy pipeline now has an AI reviewer built in. The third trigger type is GitHub events, and this is the big one. There are 18 supported event categories. Pull requests: opened, closed, assigned, labeled, synchronized. Pull request reviews and review comments. Pushes, releases, issues and issue comments. Check runs and check suites. Workflow runs, workflow jobs, and workflow dispatches. Discussions and discussion comments. Merge queue entries, repository dispatch, and sub issues. Each matching event starts its own session. You can filter pull request triggers by author, title, body, base branch, head branch, labels, draft status, merge status, and whether it comes from a fork. Example: external contributor triage. Set from fork to true, and every PR from an external contributor gets an automated security and style review before a human looks at it. Let me walk through the bespoke code review use case because it's the most powerful. You create a GitHub trigger on pull-request.opened. In the prompt, you describe your team's exact review checklist, security patterns to catch, performance anti patterns, style rules, naming conventions. When a PR opens, Claude runs your checklist against the changes, leaves inline comments on specific lines for security, performance, and style issues, and adds a summary comment at the top. Human reviewers now focus on architecture and design instead of mechanical checks. This replaces hours of review time per week. And because it's your checklist, not a generic linter, it catches things that are specific to your code base. Here's another powerful pattern: library port. You have an SDK in Python and a parallel SDK in TypeScript. You create a GitHub trigger on pull-request.closed, filtered to merged PRs in the Python repo. When a change merges, Claude reads the diff, understands the intent, ports the change to the TypeScript SDK, and opens a matching PR. Two libraries stay in sync without a human re-implementing every change. This pattern works for any parallel code base, documentation mirrors, mono repo sync, or multi-platform support. Let's talk about configuration. Repositories. Each one is cloned at the start of every run from the default branch. Claude creates branches prefixed with Claude / for its changes. You can enable unrestricted branch pushes per repo if needed. Connectors. All your connected MCP connectors are included by default. Remove what the routine doesn't need. These give Claude access to Slack, Linear, Google Drive, and any other service you've connected. Environments. Each routine runs in a cloud environment that controls network access, environment variables for API keys and secrets, and a setup script for installing dependencies. You can create custom environments before setting up routines. Creating a routine takes 2 minutes. On the web, go to claude.i/code/routines, click New Routine, write the prompt, select repos, pick environment and triggers, click Create. From the CLI, mr type/schedule in any session. Claude walks you through it conversationally. You can even say /schedule daily PR review at 9 a.m. and it handles the rest. From the desktop app, open the schedule page, click New Task, choose New Remote Task. All three surfaces write to the same cloud account. A routine created in the CLI shows up on the web immediately. The real power comes from combining triggers. Take a PR review routine. You add a GitHub trigger for pull request.opened. It reviews every new PR automatically. You add a schedule trigger for 9 a.m. weekdays. It catches anything that slipped through overnight. And you add an API trigger so your deploy script can request a final review before merging to main. 3 triggers, 1 routine, complete coverage. Each trigger type adds a layer of automation, and combined, they create a system that handles your entire review workflow without human intervention for routine checks. A few things to know about usage. Routines draw down your subscription usage the same way interactive sessions do. There's a daily cap on runs per account. Anything a routine does through your connected GitHub identity appears as you. Commits carry your GitHub user. Slack messages use your linked account. Routines are private to your account. Teammates can't see them. And each run creates a session you can open, review, and continue manually if needed. Organizations with extra usage enabled can keep running routines on metered overage beyond the daily cap. Routines turn Claude Code from a tool you use into a system that works for you. Set it up once. It runs while you sleep, reacts to your GitHub, and plugs into your deploy pipeline. Link to the docs in the description. If you want more deep dives on Claude Code features that give you an unfair advantage, subscribe and hit that bell. See you in the next one.